Hey yo, Dr. Umar just said why Trump never pardoned Diddy, and this part is interesting. Let's get into it.
And speaking of Trump, how you feel about him rejecting Diddy getting a pardon?
With regard to Donald Trump's refusal to pardon Sean Puffy Combs or to commute the sentence of Sean Puffy Combs, because he don't have to pardon him, Art. He could just commute the sentence and say he served enough time, let him go home. You know, he's not doing that either. And I'm gonna tell you why. It's not necessarily due to the fact that he got an issue with Diddy. And we know Donald Trump is a racist. He's a bigot. He can't stand black people. We know that. He has a whole history of racism. His father was a racist. His grandfather, Frederick Trump, who immigrated to America from Germany, because Trump is a second generation American. Okay, if you don't count the first generation, the arriving generation. But his grandfather, who immigrated here, Frederick Trump, he couldn't stand black folks. He couldn't stand black folks. In fact, Donald Trump's father, I think, Art, either the father or the grandfather, but I think it's the father, Fred Trump. He was even allegedly, he has been accused of being sympathetic to the Ku Klux Klan. And we know for a fact that Donald Trump's father and possibly even grandfather, they were well known in New York for practicing residential discrimination against black people. And so was Donald Trump. So the grandfather, father, and Trump, all German. Donald Trump is a German, by descent. They were all known to not like black people and discriminate against them in the leasing and purchasing of their real estate in New York. So you're talking about a white supremacy here.
And I definitely have followed Trump for some years. Well, I'm not saying like followed him to the degree that followed him on a platform to see what he's doing or nothing, but I've seen enough things from before he was even the president, and I've always heard stories of him being racist and coming from a long line of racists, allegedly. So to hear Dr. Umar speak on his lineage of people and what they were kind of makes sense. I don't believe that you would even be able to come from a lineage, a long line of that type of energy and not have it in you some way. So I wonder, would that the people talking about Trump is cool with black folks because he's been in pictures with such and this and that and all that. What do you guys think about it? Do me a favor, make sure you hit like on this video right here. Help the algorithm push it out to more people, man. We need to get this one out here, and we're trying to hit a goal of getting 10,000 subscribers, and we need your help. So make sure you hit like for your boy on this video. Let's continue.
But I don't think that's the reason why he didn't commute Diddy's sentence. I think the reason Donald Trump did not commute Diddy's sentence, Art, is for this reason. As I told you before, Donald Trump is a crash dummy for the Zionists. Israel is the capital of the United States of America. Let me say this again. Donald Trump is a crash dummy for the Zionists. Israel is the capital of the United States of America. I told you that I believe, allegedly, that Donald Trump is doing everything the Zionists tell him to do, from capturing Maduro to doing everything else, in exchange for his participation or his knowledge of the Jeffrey Epstein sex scandal to not be publicly put out there. Trump is in those papers, Art, but they're protecting him as long as he does what they tell him to do.
So I guess that's why he crashing out the way he is. I mean, we all know he an idiot, but let's be real. Like, allegedly, because I know y'all get offended when, y'all Trump lovers or whatever. But I just want to clarify, I'm not really big into politics. So this video is technically not about the political side of it. He's just giving an exact breakdown to why he feels that Trump didn't pardon Diddy. So I just want to be very clear on that right there. Let's continue. Let's get back into it.
If Donald Trump tries to buck the Zionists, I promise you, he gets impeached, he gets convicted, he gets disgraced, and he'll go to jail for probably the rest of his natural life. Donald Trump is under arrest by the Zionists. And the only way he can avoid jail time is by doing what they tell him to do. If he lets Diddy out of jail, Art, it looks like he is sympathetic to sexual predators. And if you're sympathetic to Sean Combs, you might be sympathetic to Jeffrey Epstein. Now, don't get me wrong, Art. Sean Combs has not been accused of doing anything with no children. I want to be clear about that. Everything Puff did, he did with adults, and I would argue he did it willingly, which is why he's only been convicted of interstate sex traffic, the Mann Act, created to bring down black men. Started with Jack Johnson, heavyweight boxing champion. So you have to understand, Art, that since 1970, Donald Trump has been accused of sexual harassment by at least 24 different women. 24 or more women, Art. So this is over 24 women who have accused Donald Trump of sexual harassment since 1970. Remember, before his second debate with Hillary Clinton for the presidency, right before his second debate with Hillary Clinton for the presidency, Donald Trump was caught on tape saying, what, Art? They want you to do it to him. When you have power and you famous, you can do whatever you want. You can go right up to them and grab their vagina. Donald Trump was recorded saying this on tape.
Donald Trump is one of the most gangster presidents, in my opinion. You know, like, ain't he like a felon? 30 times, 28, allegedly, something like that. Like, man, I thought the president had to have that squeaky clean image, but boy, Donald Trump, in my opinion, is just as ghetto as the ghettoest black folks. You know what I'm saying? He's just the Caucasian version of it. What do you guys think about it, man? Leave it down in the comments. Let's finish.
He just paid a woman in 2023, Art, $5 million for sexual harassment. Now, to be honest, he was not found guilty of raping her, though. That don't mean he didn't. It means the civil jury did not feel that she established enough evidence that Donald Trump had, in fact, raped her. But they did feel she had established enough evidence to prove sexual harassment. He paid her $5 million. So, Art, do you really think with the Jeffrey Epstein files floating around, do you really think with the Zionists who got Donald Trump in a headlock right now, you really think he wants to pardon somebody whose case is as popular and prevalent as a Sean Combs? That would make him look like he's sympathetic to predators and not to their victims. It was political motivation that stopped Donald Trump from commuting or exonerating Sean Puffy Combs. He can't afford that, bro. Donald Trump is paranoid, Art. Why you think you saw him on camera the other day? Did you see him when he pushed Netanyahu's chair in? Did you see that? You don't ever see Trump. When you ever see Donald Trump humble in front of anybody? You've never seen. This is the first time I've seen Donald Trump humble himself in the presence of another man, and he humbled himself in the presence of Benjamin Netanyahu. Pushed the man chair in, walked away from him. You would think he was the president of the United States, not Trump, because they got him in a headlock, Art. That's what the Zionists do. They blackmail you and make you do what they want you to do. That was Jeffrey Epstein's assignment. Epstein was he was Israeli Secret Service Mossad. He was sent over here to do what? Get blackmail on every major politician, entertainer, and businessman, black or white, Art. Black or white. And if you don't do what we tell you to do, guess what happens to you? It's how they run the world, brother.
Whoa. Y'all say what, I mean, I always say y'all say what y'all want about this person. But yeah, Dr. Umar has had his share of scandal and controversy behind the school and all that. But one thing I can give him is that he speaks very well and a lot of his stuff makes sense. So my question to you is, does he make sense about why Trump didn't pardon or commute Diddy's sentence? Because it kind of sounds factual to me. That could be the case, really. You know, I've seen Donald Trump in pictures with Diddy, so I don't personally think that he has a personal problem with him, like Umar said. But what do you guys think about it? Leave it down in the comments section. Let's talk about it. This your boy Kaotic One. This right here is the KMHP TV YouTube channel. If you like anything on this channel, make sure you subscribe today. And also make sure, man, you watch another video or two and hit that subscribe button. Once again, we're trying to hit that goal of 10,000 subscribers, and we need you to help us. To the next video, I'ma holler. Peace.